we started the morning with sharing about what outcome for this time we have together that would inspire you, what your needs are, what you'd like to be integrating, consolidating, deepening, or covering in this time. And so we'll give you an opportunity to share as well. And then we'll do a meditation.
What I'm integrating?
Yeah, what would be of value for you in the time we have together, basically?
So I'm Elio, so I'm in the Tantra Teachers Training. Actually, I don't have anything to integrate or something. Just come on for the vibe. It's kind of let's see what comes.
Okay.
Something I learned since I started with you. Don't have an idea to sorry. Let's flow on it.
Okay. Anything else you'd like to share?
So, how am I? Like this kind of stuff?
Anything at all? Yeah.
So, how am I?
You're producing good figs. You're producing good figs.
Yes, the trees are very much on it. I'm now learning permaculture, so yes, on it. And this morning I picked those up. And if any of you wants, you go there and pick it, because I have 10 trees and
Yum.
and enough. I'm good, although I just came from a break in a relationship that took a long time to break. It's kind of a hard stuff. But finally cut it, and now kind of navigating these two with my feelings, and so it's good in general.
Would anyone like to share anything from what we've covered this morning with the sharing and the reflections? Anything that was meaningful for you that you'd like to share? It can also help with integration to recall what's come up for you. We'll just do the practice. Okay. I invite you to bring awareness to the breath and to the body. Feeling the body supported. Letting the body soften in that feeling of supportedness. Even while there is a softening, a letting go, finding the upwardness that expresses itself like a flower reaching for the sunlight. Could say an effortless alertness, an expression of presence, embodied presence. And letting yourself, even as you sit, feel the freedom for movement to arise at a subtle level, energy able to move and reconfigure. But even at the physical level, if you feel the impulse to change position, to find more comfort, or even move the body around, feeling free to get up and give the body's intelligence its freedom of expression. While feeling the breath, while feeling the earth, appreciating the support from earth. And extending the sense of connectedness to earth to a deeper, subtle awareness of our immersion in the field of aliveness, nature's intelligence, the broader field of vitality, resting in that, nesting in that, and being nourished by it. And letting your attention come to rest in your heart space, or wherever you feel is a place of centeredness and strength and safety. A place that feels like your home. And you can rest the energy of a smile in this space, nourishing your heart qualities like courage, confidence, joy, gratitude, curiosity, openness to life. Compassion. Nourishing these qualities with this quality of presence. Allowing these heart qualities, or this space from which where you feel your core strength, allowing it to radiate, to glow like the rising sun. Potency that emanates beauty, aliveness, filling your inner being, filling and overflowing, radiating beyond the physical form. Even in this rootedness, the connection with earth, finding this radiance and expansion. Finding the potency within the form and beyond. Letting the voice arise without needing to push for anything in particular to happen. share what's present for you.
For me, I felt some insights, and it's very hard to know if it's the mind or intuition. Maybe it's what I want to hear.
Yes?
Well, it was very comforting insights. It was a meditation. I had some visions, and it was very comforting. But then, it sort of lights it up. Is that just me, the mind, or is that like intuition and trusting in the process? Sometimes it's hard to know what's there. But I often feel that when something comes from a place of love, a vision, it's often more intuition, or if it's more fear-based, it's more...
Yeah. And at the beginning of the morning, we talked about how the mind can be expressing itself from fear, and so when insights or something that we might hesitate to label insight or mind, but if it's coming out of a place of expansion and rootedness and peace, then it seems fair to assume that it has the quality of an insight and intuition. When we're agitated, it's difficult to access intuition. But from a place of expansion and rootedness, it's natural that insight and intuition arrive as inspiration.
For me, it was this feeling of peace, and then immediately comes for me also how fragile is this peace. We're so lucky here, in a nutshell. It's not that our houses are burning down, or police is arresting everybody for conspiracy, or bombs are dropping on us. But it's that fragility of the peace that we're having, and that is so worthwhile to protect, also to protect our peace.
Yeah. When we appreciate blessings, they can be consolidated and shared and grow and protected and nourished. And there's a prayer that I often remember, Serenity Prayer. I don't remember the exact words that are typically used, but the essence, maybe someone here knows it well by heart. You know,
But God grant me the strength
Yeah.
to accept the things I cannot change.
Yeah.
Courage to change the things I can, and wisdom to know the difference. Yeah.
It's
So it's AA, no? That's
12 step is 12 steps.
Yeah.
It was born from. Well, I don't know if it was, they use it forever.
there's great wisdom in the prayer because it's also very much about discernment of where we're investing our focus, our energy. We can be well and safe, and then start to think about the people that aren't safe, who we can't help. At least not in this moment. We might actually find some inspired way to help the people that are way outside of our field, our immediate field, that may come. But again, the discernment to know when is a moment of rest and recovery, and when is a moment of action, when is a moment of insight in which we're finding a new path opening up. And without the clarity, the discernment that prayer expresses so well, we can find ourselves fragmented and dispersed and never quite able to rest, and therefore never also able to fully act with all our resources because we're drained. We're never fully recovering because we're trying to do too much, and we're sometimes worrying when we're not doing, and it doesn't build up to a, let's say, an empowered action in the world. So the compassion, the awareness of the many dimensions of people's experience is valuable, and I don't recommend that people just shut themselves down and just nurture a bubble of peace. But just as we go to bed at night to rest, to stop, there are moments during the day when that same quality of pure nurturing can be very, very helpful and can give us the strength to act and make great change for others as well. But it really might require moments of true rest, true recharging, nourishing. And I do hope that the spirituality, if we want to call it that we're exploring here, this approach to an embodied aliveness and lucidity in our way of relating to the world, that it does bridge the personal well-being and the spirit of service, the awareness of the conditions that other people are experiencing, and finding the ways that we can be mobilized into supporting the well-being of others in a way that is sustainable. We can keep that action going until change really occurs. We can become overwhelmed in our sensitivity to what's happening in the world, to a point where we can't contribute. We're aware, but we're frozen, we're overwhelmed.
And do we even have to contribute everybody so much, because there's already so much
And that's
doing,
yeah,
changing. You have to change, the big change is coming, you gotta do something.
that's the thing. That's the thing. What's real for you? what happens when you have these moments of rootedness, connectedness. Maybe the message is, here is a project for you. But the message may also be, you need some time to rest. You need to be in the, what's in Portuguese, recolhimento, withdrawal. Withdraw yourself for a time. Recover, rest, gather your strength. Don't jump into a new project, a new action. Just rest. So what's real for you, what's authentic, what is inspired will be different for each person at a different time. What your calling is and what's meaningful and authentic. So yeah, it's important not to assume that we have to be always on action mode and it's up to us to fix everything, because if we're dispersed in trying to fix everything, we'll sometimes add stress to situations rather than adding solutions and collaborative quality of presence. So there are many ways in which we bring love into the world, and some are more subtle, and some are more visibly proactive. But what is authentic, what is expressing itself through you authentically, is certainly valid. A lot of the people moved to change the world are creating division, are generating new battles, new enemies, new things to fear, new reasons to be in terror. So sometimes our fear takes hold of our actions and our projects and our missions. The humility to seek inspiration and clarity is important. The word surrender came up earlier in the morning. Surrendering what we think we know so that a path can be revealed in an innocent openness, availability to guidance. Anything else anyone would like to share?
Should we be back here for about 3?
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, Peter.
Okay. We'll take our lunch break and meet back here in a couple of hours.
Sweet.
3.